Hi friends, welcome back. So in this video, I'll be discussing about how to improve your automation testing skills. That is the agenda of this video, that I'm going to discuss various important things in this video, how you can excel yourself in the automation testing space. So let's go by one. The first thing you should do is you should strengthen your core programming skills, because if you wanted to become an automation tester, your core programming skills should be very strong. You should learn as much as possible, even one or two language which is core language like Java, Python or C# or JavaScript. If you learn these programming skills with the concept of object-oriented programming and including the way how to implement data structures, various algorithms and design patterns, if you learn, that would be very helpful to build yourself in an automation career. And you should also learn how to write a code in a clean code passion, and also adopting the best practices while coding, because that is very much required for maintainability as well as efficiency in the code. And the next one is you should also well versed in understanding the various automation framework fundamentals, such as we have modular testing framework where we are going to break the test scripts into smaller piece of independent module. We will be using various framework to do that. That is a modular testing framework. And also we are going to utilize data-driven framework, where we use external data sources such as Excel, CSV or databases to drive the test cases with various data. That will be adopting the data-driven approach. And keyword driven approach, where you use the keywords to represent certain action to be performed on the application under test. And also hybrid framework with the combination of all these three to take an advantage to improve our overall automation strategy. These four framework you should be well versed in order to become expertise in automation. And you should also learn various automation tool, one or two you should pick it up, and you should learn, and you should start gaining a mastery in these tools as well. There are various tools available in the market. At least if you learn few things like Selenium, QTP or UFT, JUnit, testng, and as well as APM for mobile apps. So these are the certain popular automation tools which you can try. Apart from that, you should also learn the continuous integration and continuous deployment tools. You should also familiar with such as Jenkins, Travis continuous integration, and Circle continuous integration. You should have a well-versed knowledge in these tools, because these days everywhere we will be using these automation tools as well as CI and CD tools. And you should also learn the strategic mindset about automation, especially in building overall automation strategy for your application based on the business goals, and what are the various approach we should identify in order to bring an automation, what are the best approaches we should choose to bring an automation. That kind of mindset you should develop yourself. And also you should work upon risk-based testing approach as well, because with the given limited resources, limited opportunities, so you should prioritize the automation efforts based on the risk and its impact on the application, and focus on the area which are more value addition. We cannot go and bring automation for every scripts which are not required as well, because automation cost is very high. We should focus on providing the value, not just automation. You should bring a lot of value, because somebody is investing money on the automation, and you should do a risk-based analysis and do a automation to an area where we get more return of investment. And you should also look on the scalability and maintainability aspect as well, because initial days anybody can automate and they can bring a lot of automation scripts automated, but over the period the scripts move from 100, 200, 300,000, something like that. Then it becomes non-maintainable, and it is not very easy to maintain as well. So because of that, you should keep in mind what are the best practices we can adopt to keep in mind the scalability as well as maintainability of our automation scripts. And you should also enhance your other technical skills, such as you should work upon the version control, because the code requires we'll have to use various version control tools like Git version control, or any other platform which your company or organization they are going to use. You should adopt that kind of version control. Also, you should learn and develop the best practices in terms of development. It could be test driven development or behavioral driven development methodologies. Also should be well versed, and also you should acquire as much as SQL knowledge as well, because if you wanted to operate your automation scripts on the database, definitely you should have a well versed knowledge in SQL. And you should also learn to implement the robust test data management. This is very crucial, because every test cases has to run through with various different combinations of test data. In order to bring an automation in this area, you should be well versed with the test data management, like handling data sources from external resources such as Excel, CSV files, databases, or even JSON files. So you should be able to handle the data in these various different formats. And also you should be well versed with the parameterization of these data to run across different tests as well. And you should be well versed with the data driven approach as well, because in order to handle this test data, you should be very flexible in handling the data driven testing. And the next thing is, you should also well versed in bringing automation for reporting as well as logging. This is very crucial. After running your automation scripts, you should generate reporting in a very effective manner, and as well as you should log the error messages or log the things very effectively. Like we can use various reporting tools as well, such as Allure, Extend Reports. Even you can go for a customization solution based on your project needs to generate detailed and insightful test report. This is very crucial, because these reports will be circulating with the leadership team or stakeholders. They should get a overall feeling about how automation really doing it. And you should also look for various logging frameworks for integrate logging frameworks such as Log4j, Python loggings, so that we can capture various mechanism for debugging as well as for analysis purposes. You should also ensure the frameworks which we just talked about, scalability as well as maintainability. For scalability or maintainability, you should do regular code reviews in terms of the code quality or maintainability is also a key. And you should also look for refactoring of the existing code to enhance or improve the structure of the code as well as readability of the code. And you should also look on the documentation perspective as well, because as we develop this framework architecture or various setups, it is good to prepare a documentation so that whoever join new to the team, we can share those knowledge to the new people who are getting onboarded to your team. This is also essential to improve your automation skills. And you should also not just look on the basics, you should also look for some of the advanced topics as well, like parallel execution. For parallel execution, you can use various tools like TestNG, JUnit, or PyTest. Even cross-browser or cross-devices, we can go for a Selenium Grid, Browser Stack, SaaS Lab softwares you can adopt. And even by looking on all these things, should have a continuous feedback loop also should be there from the test results to improve your overall framework as well. So this is also you should keep in mind while learning your automation skills. And you should gain practical experience in various automation coverages as well. It is not just learn everything theoretically, you should also have a exposure in working on the real world applications, or if you do not have a real world projects access, you can definitely contribute for open source projects where you can help those projects by implementing certain automation. As well, you can simulate the environment setups and work with a different testing environment to simulate the various testing conditions and constraints using these automation tools. And then the next one is the debugging and problem solving is a key thing you should learn as an automation tester. The debugging skills is very crucial because as you write the code, your scripts may fail, or you should have an ability to debug why the issues are coming. You should troubleshoot the issues in your test scripts as well. That is a key. You should well versed with these debugging skills. Even you should be able to handle the common issues normally which we face in automation, such as dealing with dynamic content, handling asynchronous calls, or even browser specific issues. You should be able to handle. You should study very well like what are the common normally issues we face in automation, and you should start finding solutions for it, and you should also experiment with the new tools and technologies which is available in the market. And also apart from normal these technology, you should also look on artificial intelligence and machine learning, how we can adapt those things as part of automation in your testing is also a key you should learn to become an expertise in the automation area. So these are the certain things you should cope up with in order to improve yourself in the automation skills or automation area, so that you can start with the beginning few things and you can explore yourself by adding new things as I just mentioned in these slides, so that over the period, maybe next 6 months or 1 year, you can master yourself in this automation space. I hope you guys got a clear idea now. If you guys really like this video, please click on like button. If you guys are not subscribed, do subscribe. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now. Take care.